Faulkner University President, Dr. Mike Williams.
We find ourselves in the midst of unparalleled uncertainty, conflict, and confusion. In many ways, it feels like we're at war. But unlike other times of war, our adversary is not a maniacal dictator or terrorist regime. Today, we come to battle with two different opponents. The first antagonist is the invisible nemesis, COVID-19. The virus has taken the lives of over 200,000 American citizens. Moreover, this sinister sickness has destroyed our economy and divided us over political party, geographical residence, age, and race. And it has embedded fear and anxiety and despair throughout the nation. But despite the devastation left by COVID-19, it pales in comparison to the threat of the second enemy. Like a virus, this disease invades the internal organs of heart and mind. And it's a pandemic that traces its roots back to the beginning of time. It propels individuals to destroy rather than to build, to hate rather than love, to resent rather than to forgive, to shout rather than to listen, and to take rather than to give. And as you know, this disease is growing at alarming proportions. But piercing through this cultural upheaval, the mission of Faulkner University shines like a radiant beacon. Our university pursuit extends far beyond a commitment to academic excellence. And our measures of success cannot be merely quantified by job placement or graduate school admission, because we believe that Faulkner reaches the pinnacle of our existence when we produce graduates who are builders, lovers, forgivers, listeners, and givers. Our aspiration is to build an army to restore the world to what God intended from the beginning. And as we prepare a new generation of leaders to address the struggles of this moment, this is how we fight our battles. First and foremost, our war will not be waged with guns or harsh words. We prepare our graduates to run towards broken humanity with love, compassion, and mercy. Over the last 7 months, we've witnessed thousands of healthcare professionals running into the flames of this current pandemic. And their inspirational sacrifice provides a tremendous launching pad for the Faulkner University College of Health Sciences. Because when we hurt, we want competent, highly trained professionals to address our illness. But when we suffer health challenges, our emotional and spiritual health is also threatened. The Faulkner College of Health Sciences offers exceptional instruction and training, but our graduates are trained by the great physician whose care extends well beyond the procedure, well beyond the pharmacology, or even the therapy. 2020 has been a year fraught with significant challenges. However, right in the midst of this struggle, the university acquired the Montgomery East Plaza on a 13-acre tract adjacent to the campus. And after we closed on this property acquisition, we received the single largest gift to the university in the history of the school. Last month, we launched the transformation, the first phase of a transformation of this property. And we're currently building out 47,000 square feet of the former Burlington Coat Factory building. And over time, this investment will completely reimagine our home on the Atlanta Highway. Another attribute of how we fight our battles is we reject the notion that we are living in a new normal. We believe this current hyperbolic narrative fosters fear, anxiety, and disillusionment. We are preparing a new generation to be resilient in the face of adversity. Anchored in our faith, we equip students to run towards the flames courageously, calm and keenly aware of God's faithfulness. At Faulkner University, we fight our battles together. Now, I'm certainly a fan of Governor Ivey and the state health officer, Dr. Scott Harris. They are attempting to shepherd this state through uncharted waters. And yesterday, the safer at home measures were extended, which I completely endorse. However, the next phase of the plan has a quirky oxymoron for a title. It's called Safer Apart. Well, a safer apart's a catchy phrase for a COVID mitigation effort, but a mindset of safer apart has deep, unintended consequences. Safer apart is really bad theology. Safer apart is really bad public policy. The last 4 days should remind you of that. Safer apart is a really bad philosophy of life. The pandemic and the social unrest of the last 7 months has profoundly reminded us that life is designed to be lived in community. And life apart is really not life at all. We define the accomplished Faulkner graduate as a peacemaker, a person that's humble, a person who listens. We want every graduate who runs into the flames of fragmentation to artfully engage in civil discourse and to be a part of the solution. Human dignity is anchored in our Christian ethos. Therefore, we reject all forms of bigotry, slander, and malice. The Faulkner ecosystem claims that we are stronger together in every facet of the human experience. Faulkner University stands ready to answer the call. We stand ready to prepare a new generation of teachers who educate our children for a knowledge economy. We answer the call in legal education to prepare future attorneys, judges, and policymakers who seek justice, defend the Constitution, and honor our American enduring values. We answer the call from the business community to equip future professionals with integrity and the acumen to advance our nation's economy. And we are preparing an army to address the epidemic health challenges of our time. And we are proud. We are proud of the 250 students majoring in criminal justice at Faulkner University. We're proud of their courage, and we're proud that they're dedicating their life's profession to protect the rule of law. We believe we're answering the call of the United States of America to foster citizens who are patriotic, who defend the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And finally, but most importantly, Faulkner University answers the call to prepare ministers and believers in Jesus Christ to seek moral clarity, to honor the sanctity of life, to honor the sanctity of marriage, and to live a virtuous life. This is our moment. This is Faulkner University's moment. In the spring of 1969, the country was reeling in conflict. Martin Luther King and Bobby Kennedy had just been assassinated, and the racial tensions were escalating. And the political climate was volatile. And a young, sensitive songwriter was digging deep to find words of comfort and consolation. And although this young artist was not religious, He was moved by a humble Southern gospel song. And the lyrics of this hymn kept echoing in his mind. I'll be your bridge over deep water if you trust in my name. And for the last 50 years, Paul Simon's anthem has reminded people in the midst of struggle not to lose faith in the good of humanity.